Welcome back, friends, to another video. I hope you all are doing great. Friends, faith in God changes everything. So today, before we ask God for anything, let's first thank Him for everything and say, "Thank you, God, for all the blessings you have given me yesterday, today, and for all of my tomorrows." The more you trust God, the more He amazes you. What God has for you is for you. Trust His timing, trust His plan. Never forget, nothing is more powerful than prayer. Nothing is stronger than faith, and nothing is greater than God. Our prayers have no expiration date. You never know when, where, or how God will answer. No one can block the blessings God has for you. Always pray. It's your best tool against the pain, fear, worry, doubt, and struggle. Trust God. He forgives your past and gives hope to your future. Faith doesn't make sense. It makes miracles. Friends, God's plan is always the best. Sometimes the process is painful and hard. But don't forget that when God is silent, He is doing something good for you. God can bring the greatest of blessings from the worst of circumstances. God always has something for you. A key for every problem, a light for every shadow, a relief for every sorrow, and a plan for every tomorrow. Give God your weakness, and He will give you His strength. God will never leave you empty. He will replace everything you lost. If He asks you to put something down, it's because He wants you to pick up something greater. So trust God's plan, even when you don't understand the path. God has a perfect timing, never early, never late. It takes a little patience and faith, but it's worth the wait. God has a purpose for your pain, a reason for your struggle, a reward for your faithfulness. So trust Him and don't give up. I can rest in the fact that God is in control, which means I can face things that are out of my control and not act out of control. God has brought you through before, and He will bring you through again. Make a decision each day to choose faith over fear. When God pushes you to the edge of difficulty, trust Him fully, because two things can happen. Either He will catch you when you fall, or He will teach you how to fly. when you turn your worry into worship. God turns your battles into blessings. Friends, I don't know much, but three things I know for sure. Prayer has power, faith moves mountains, and God's love never fails. Don't worry, God is never blind to your tears, never deaf to your prayers, and never silent to your pain. He sees and He hears, and He will bring you help at the proper time. No matter how long it takes, when God works, it's always worth the wait. Fight your battles through prayer and win your battles through faith. Pray not only because you need something, but because you have a lot to thank God for. The only one who can satisfy the human heart is the one who made it. When you pray, God listens. When you listen, God talks. And when you believe, God works. So pray, listen, and believe. Believe in God like you believe in the sunrise, not because you can see it, but because you can see all it touches. When you put your trust in God, the impossible becomes possible. Don't worry about things you can't control. Sometimes you just have to pray, put it in God's hand, and leave it alone. Let God deal with this. God is the best listener. You don't need to shout nor cry out loud, because He hears even the very silent prayer of a sincere heart. God will never let us down, because His love is unconditional. Pray, then let it go. Don't try and manipulate or force the outcome. Just trust God to open the right doors at the right time. When prayers become your habit, miracles become your lifestyle. Never give up on prayer, no matter what comes your way. Sometimes God puts you in places alone because He needs you to realize you do not need anybody but Him. A day with prayer is a day with blessing, and a life with prayer is a life with power. Faith tells me that no matter what lies ahead of me, God is already there. Prayer is the most valuable gift you can give someone. God has given us two hands, one to receive with and the other to give with. God's plan is bigger than your mistakes. And friends, the last one for this video is that God gives miracles to those who believe, courage to those with faith, hope to those who dream, love to those who accept, and forgiveness to those who ask.